My name is Toulla Conran. I got married in 1958 and I came to Dublin then. I hope that one day I will go back to Famagusta in Cyprus, my hometown, to live there the rest of my life. I was born in 1935 in Famagusta, Cyprus, a beautiful town. I have a picture of my parents here, my mother and father. They passed away. My mother passed away in 1964, and my father died in 1974. And that's when I visited Cyprus for the last time. And the invasion happened then. So I was staying there for 4 weeks. 2 weeks were spent on a British base because there was no other way to get out. I left my case, everything I owned, I left it behind. And hopefully someday I go back. I don't know whether my case will be there or not, but I came out with just my handbag, my passport, and little money in my purse. But I was glad to get back to Dublin to see my family because I thought I'd never see them again. After 21 years, I went back to Cyprus to visit my father's grave, which I visited only twice because the invasion happened and it was very hard.
That demarcation, that border, heavily secured by the Turks, cannot be crossed by any Cypriot citizen. And although she is an Irish citizen as well, nevertheless she has a Cypriot passport. And for that reason, she is not able to revisit her own homeland, her own village, and more importantly, the sites of the graves of her own parents.
Here I have a leaflet from Famagusta. It shows the town of Famagusta as a ghost town since 1974. I have a photograph here for my wedding. My parents, cousins, a couple of friends. None of my husband's family were able to come to London for the wedding. Life was good at the beginning. Then things started to go wrong and we split up. But then with 6 children, you have to work hard, you have to make sure they have food and clothes and heating and everything. And I started making for friends and making dresses and then my daughter got married, I made her dress. And of course her friends saw the dress, so they asked me would I make their wedding dresses. I don't know how many wedding dresses I made for people living around here, people that heard about me.
She's a woman that what she has, she'll do without to give to you if you're stuck. She's got this generosity. She's a mother. I don't know, first and foremost, she's a feeder, she's a listener, and she's a good friend.
A very delicate person, very sensitive. A person who has borne the heavy cross of life with dignity.
We were kids and we palled with our children and that, and went to school with them and all that, and she was great friends of my mother.
I love her. That's all I can say. I really love her from the bottom of my heart.
I have 4 sisters and I see them every year. They are all in London at the moment. I see them every year, and if there's a wedding or christening, I go. That's my eldest girl, the middle, and that's my youngest girl with her daughter, and my eldest girl's daughter, and that's my youngest daughter's son.
I always drop in to see her to make sure she's all right, and she'd drop into me. We'd sit down and have, like say at Christmas time now, she'd come into my house and we'd have an old chat there at Christmas, and I'd come in here.
A wonderful woman. Toulla's family are scattered throughout the globe.
I admire the way she goes away travelling over to see her family, because I'm kind of nervous on planes, and when I look at Toulla and see her flying, I just say, God, it's great the way she can still go like at her age now, you know.
And she suffers so much with the arthritis, but I think she suffers more with heartache from not seeing her family.
I'm happy that they are happy now. They keep in touch with me all the time, by phone. Family is very, very important to me. And it keeps me, I think it keeps me young and keeps me going.
Nothing was too much or too hard or too difficult to endure in order to have a place of worship. She put indeed all her energy into it, in addition to giving herself totally to her family.
We bought a building in Upper Hill that was a factory, a derelict factory, and Father Ireneo, with the help of some of the parishioners and his own initiative, built a beautiful, beautiful church. When they were working there, I used to go every day, make sandwiches and make tea for them and help in every way. And to this day, I still do. I don't do as much because I'm getting a bit old now to be working like that. This poem is about the 25th of March, the Annunciation. I say this in Greek. Χαρείτε αδέλφια τη μεγάλη γιορτή. Γιορτάστε αδέλφια την διπλή γιορτή. Κάντε την πατρίδα χριστιανική, φωτοβόλα, δίκαιη, ελληνοπρεπή. And this one was written for the first liturgy we had in the new church in Upper Hill in Dublin, 25th of March, 1994. I like singing in the church. I always did since the day it opened. I used to sing in the church at home in Cyprus now, and I really enjoyed that. I would love to go back to my hometown. I would love to go and see all the places, although everything is bombed. But please God, one day they will give us back from Augusta, and I hope someday I will go back to Cyprus to live there, spend the rest of my life there.